Today, I want to talk about something that doesn't get talked about enough. Not your level of motivation, not your level of talent, not your level of hustle, your mindset. What's up, YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I want to talk about specifically how my mindset has changed during my recovery and how it's changed the way I approach life. Before my accident, I thought mindset was just positive thinking, something that people say when things are going well. Going through recovery, I've realized that mindset is the foundation of everything. How you respond to failure, how patient you are with progress, how you handle embarrassment, and whether you keep going when no one's watching. If you're in a tough place right now, this video is for you. These lessons have came from a combination of books, my own learning, and my own experience over the past few years in recovery. The final reason will tie all of these reasons together, so make sure you stay for the final one. But I'll start with one of the main mindset shifts I've made, and that is failure and how you deal with failure. During recovery for this injury, I've realized that failure is a part of the process for a lot of things. Failure isn't a dead end, it's information. Before my brain injury, failure felt personal. If I wasn't good at something or something didn't work, I thought that kind of said something about me. But with this injury and recovery, failure has been unavoidable, and therefore my relationship with failure has had to change. You fail constantly, so if I took failure personally, I would not get very far. I feel like I've had to change the voice inside my head, which would have used to have said, "Why can't I do this?" to "What is this showing me? What do I need to change?" And this is difficult because sometimes it could just be more repetitions, but sometimes it could be more rest or change my approach. So it's about finding a balance between those. What seems evident is that the people who win aren't the ones who don't fail, but they're the ones who don't quit when failure shows up. And my new approach to failure is a lot healthier because I expect it now, and therefore it doesn't faze me as much. The next mindset shift that recovery has taught me is to think longer term. Recovery forces you to think longer term. There's no overnight wins, and whenever you see an overnight win, so much work has been done before that to accumulate to that overnight win. Thinking longer term for me has been made easier by stopping to set shorter term goals like next month, 2 months, 3 months, and instead start to focus and fall in love with the process. And instead of thinking, what can this look like if I do this for a month, start to think, who will I become if I do this for years? This shift can remove the pressure you're putting on yourself. It stops you from comparing and panicking about your progress. I think you have to think in years, not weeks, and managing your expectations, I think, is a crucial part in this because you're much more likely to stay consistent if you manage your expectations and don't expect to improve quickly. The next mindset shift has definitely been one of the biggest that I've learnt in this recovery, and that is that embarrassment is the price of entry. I didn't realize how necessary embarrassment was to do anything meaningful. This recovery has been very humbling. Things can be quite awkward and not too smooth, which has really emphasized the impact of this mindset shift. At first, it's brutal, but then you realize that successful people have paid this price. I've learned over the past few years that no one skips the awkward phase, no one skips looking silly, no one skips being bad at what they're trying to do. So I've leaned into this head on and done things like create this channel, which I wouldn't say I was ready to do at all, but I realized the importance of this shift. I've decided I'm willing to be uncomfortable longer than some people. Looking cringe is the cost, but my experience over the past few years in recovery is deeper than looking cringe. I think there's a price to pay for everything. You can pay for embarrassment now or regret later. The next shift has been reinforced to me even more so in this recovery, and that is consistency beats talent every time. It doesn't matter how good you are at something, if you're consistent long enough, you will improve, no matter your starting point. And that's what reading Mindset by Carol Dweck reinforced to me. You can have a fixed mindset and believe you're going to stay at the same level, or you can have a growth mindset and believe you can improve in anything, and science backs it up that you can. Improving in something can be weird. You can be consistent and not see much progress, but I do believe at some point, all of a sudden, it can change drastically. And I think it can change like that because the consistency is not only physically benefiting you, it's mentally benefiting you as well. Your brain adapts, and when your brain adapts, that's when real magic can happen. And when your brain's on your side in achieving whatever you want to achieve, that's when real results can be seen. And that is why consistency compounds. It's not just physical, it's neurological. Say what you want about him, but Jack Hopkins has a great quote, and that is simply stay in the game. Just stay in the game at whatever you're trying to achieve, and you're going to achieve it. You just have to stay in the game. Okay, the final mindset shift, or more of a realization, is that your mind is the most powerful resource that you have. Your brain or your mind is the foundation for achieving anything, and it can either be on your side and work for you, or it can work against you. When I was lying in hospital at 21 with my whole life ahead of me, but in a very negative situation, negative thinking was dangerous. It wasn't helpful at all. So I had to become protective of my mindset. What I consumed, who I listened to, and how I spoke of myself. I've realised the importance of this coming through my recovery as well. In the past year, I've really realised that your thoughts shape your actions. Your actions shape your habits, and your habits determine your life. You don't need to fake positivity, but you need to have useful thoughts. Thoughts can bring you in the direction that you want to go. Thoughts that keep you moving forward. Anytime you catch yourself speaking negatively about yourself in your head, be aware and eliminate it. This recovery has not just been about rebuilding my body, it's rebuilt the way I've seen myself, failure, embarrassment, time, consistency, and my own mind. And if there's one thing that I want you to take from this video, it's that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be delusionally positive. You don't need to be confident. You just need to keep showing up even when it gets tough. I've came to a realization halfway through this year. About halfway through this year, I've really started to hone in on learning about mindset, because I feel like developing a strong and resilient mindset is so important, because no matter what happens in the external world, you'll always have that. Therefore, I think if everyone can develop their mindset, that's where they can have true wealth. Nothing can take that away. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you've had any mindset shifts over the past year. Please like the video and subscribe. Peace.